Welcome to LUTV Weather. I'm Jade Moreau. Hurricane Laura, a record-setting Category 4 hurricane, made landfall in Cameron Parish, Louisiana, as the 12th named storm of the 2020 Atlantic hurricane season. With sustained winds at 150 miles an hour, Laura roared onto the Texas and Louisiana border, causing a 15-foot storm surge, 10 inches of rain and tornadoes, severing power lines, ripping apart trees and buildings, and leaving an estimated 800,000 people from Texas to Arkansas without electricity. Almost a month later, those who were affected are still picking up the pieces from the destruction Hurricane Laura left behind. From the famous words of Stevie Nicks, thunder only happens when it's raining, this comes to no surprise for amateur meteorologist Johnny Lively. I had the chance to speak with Lively about his hobby as an amateur meteorologist, his time at LUTV News, and what we can expect for the remainder of hurricane season.
We were actually, expecting to receive more than we did. I'm grateful that we didn't, but my first thought was the next storm that comes in and we're told that it's supposed to be potentially something big, people are going to say, oh, well, they said that about the last storm. Do you think that's going to affect what people do next round?
And that's a very good question. It really is, because luckily Hurricane Laura, it was coming to that same track as Hurricane Rita, really coming right down the Texas and Louisiana coastline, coming right down the Sabine River, which means we would have saw that more western eye wall. We would have had some pretty extensive damage. But luckily Hurricane Laura went straight for Cameron, and that high pressure ridge grabbed it, and instead of going to the northwest drifting area, kind of going closer to southeast Texas, Laura literally tracked towards Cameron and then pushed north. It didn't have a drift at all to the west, so southeast Texas was spared. And so that does mean that some people are probably not going to evacuate for the next storm because they...
For the full interview, visit LUTV News and Media online on YouTube. Now, before we look at this week's forecast, we're going to take a look at our first cold front of the season. We're finally going to get a break from those summer-like temperatures. This cool air mass is going to make its way into our area by Monday evening. You can expect cooler temperatures, lower humidity, and it's going to stick around through about Sunday. Now, before we are able to see those cooler temperatures and all the sunshine that we are to be expected this week, we are going to see a chance of showers Monday evening into Tuesday morning. The cold front is going to move in. We'll begin to see those temperatures steadily make their way into the upper 50s. Now, this is still a pretty weak cold front. We still can expect those peak temperatures during the day to make their way up into the upper 70s, lower 80s. Tuesday evening through the rest of the week, you can expect dry, sunny weather, and this holds true for our weekend as well. A couple more of these cold fronts, we could actually probably say bye-bye to hurricane season. Thanks for watching LUTV Weather.